Hello again, Peter here. Thanks for coming by Gadgets Anonymous. And this is part 2 of day 46 of the reMarkable that I filmed just a few days ago. I did a Q&A and asked some questions, and we came up with 22 questions for today. And here it is, the reMarkable 2. Here we go. This is my day 46 continuation, but it's actually now day 48. So this is what it looks like when it's completely powered off. So we'll hold the power button like it suggests. Now I did actually recently clean it. I just used some glass cleaner that I got at Costco, and I had some slight scratch marks on it, but they're all gone after the cleaning. So this is how long it takes to load up. And normally first thing it does when it launches, it'll connect to the Wi-Fi and then it will synchronize all your books. So right there, that means it's connecting to the cloud. So number 1, well, I'll show you all my notes. So we'll just go to menu, notebooks, and hopefully you can see all this. So these are the top 22 questions, and I'll go as fast as I can. Number 1, why buy it? Well, I'll tell you the reason I bought it. I review gadgets. I'm trying to run this YouTube channel. I mostly review smartwatches and smartphones, such as, this one right here, the Samsung FE, and this one right here, the iPhone SE 2020. But once in a while, something else catches my eye, and Cartoon Fortress, one of my good friends, David, that runs that channel, he and I found out about this, we read about it, and we got real excited about it. So you buy this if you like reading and writing on electronic ink. That's kind of the big overview. Next question, does it feel like paper? Well, so here's a piece of paper. You can hear the sound, and when you write on it, that's the sound it makes. So now I'll be really quiet. Really similar sound, right? So does it feel like paper? It's similar, and it's really close. I've only used this device, and I've written on glass screens, such as the Samsung Note and other similar devices, and I've tried the iPad Air. I like this better. There's a kind of a plastic texture. It has a little bit of tooth to it. That's how my friend David asked, like, does it have any tooth? Does it grit? And the answer is yes, it does. So there are 2 markers that you can buy for the reMarkable 2. One is called the marker, and that's the white one. That's $49. This is the marker plus. And the main difference between the two, this one has a built-in eraser, and the texture might be a little different. But other than that, they're really, really close. Actually, I believe the texture is almost identical, and the shape. So for $50 extra, you get that built-in eraser. So who's this for? I've answered this question before, but it comes up a lot, and here are my answers. 1, students. I think if you're a student in high school or college, this would be great, or even middle school. The big thing that it allows is note-taking without distractions. The other person I think that it's good for are kids. And yeah, this is an expensive gadget for kids, but there's no distractions. They can write, they can read. It's so students, kids, and I'm going to say corporate folk. I know that's very generic, but I feel I fall into that category. Battery life, The battery life is really great. I'm getting battery life from 5 to 9 days. My last battery cycle that I just finished, that was 9 days. So depending on use, I average between 90 minutes to 2 hours a day, and I'm getting that 5 to 9 days. So yeah. Number 5, palm touches. Well, there's my palm. The palm does nothing unless you get over here and you accidentally touch one of the navigation. So if I had my left hand on the tablet, I could accidentally click zoom, for example. So what they have here is to eliminate accidental palm touches, you can minimize the entire menu and then you just have the canvas. And now, no matter where your palm goes, it doesn't do anything. The only time finger touches come in hand is when you're navigating the menu or you want to do a gesture. So you can swipe down to close, for example, and then you just click on it with your fingertip to reopen it. So palm touches, not an issue. The next question, number 6, glare. Glare is not too bad. I have some exterior lighting in here, and you'll see a little bit, but out in the sun, I almost get less glare. So it's really good outside and indoors. 7, templates. Templates are great. In fact, when you're already in a document, here I'll zoom in here for you. When you're already viewing a document, you can click right here and you can edit the template on the current page. Or you can go back, you can click right here, choose new page, and then right here I can choose template on this new page, and I can choose to make it line topped, line large. You have creative templates. Here, I'll zoom out again. You have the creative templates, you have dots, you have life organized, lines. I believe there's over 50 templates. So a lot of templates that you can create. Okay, does it do colors? Well, yes and no. Depending on which pen you choose, and there's a choice of 8 different pens here. You have ballpoint, you have fine liner, marker, pencil, mechanical, pencil, paintbrush, highlighter, and calligraphy. So for example, if we choose ballpoint pen or marker, both of these do have 3 color choices, either black, gray, or white. So it depends on which color you choose if you get those color choices. So if I go black, you've seen that. If I go gray, here's what the gray looks like. And then for the white, well, you're not going to see that unless you use eraser or you switch the font to white. And those are your 3 colors, black, gray, and white. And then I can quickly switch back to thick, black, and there you go. Now if you want to quickly erase something like that, they do have this option where you can click eraser. Now I have the eraser built in, yes. Or I can click right here and do erase section and just draw around whatever I don't want. Boom, it's gone. So next, number 9, eBooks. Okay, it doesn't do Kindle books, so let's just get that off the chest. It does do regular eBooks. Now, right now, I've already shown that before, but basically all you have to do is use the app or use the desktop app, download an ebook off EPUB, and then as soon as that's synchronized, I go to eBooks, and these are some of the ebooks that I've done. This is Alice Through the Looking Glass. And if I go to all pages, this has 200 and something pages. This was a free ebook that I downloaded off EPUB. And I'll put that URL right in the description so you can look at that. And the best thing about this is while you're reading your ebooks, you can highlight your ebooks. Now, I'm not that familiar with Kindle. I had one a long time ago. So right here, highlighter, if I like something while I'm reading, I can highlight that just as so, and I can also make notes as well in pencil, thin, there we go. Best part, zoom in there for you. So there you go. And then that saves, and it's just for you, or if I wanted to, this is one of my favorite parts, you can share, and I'll get to that at another time. Okay. All right, so now we'll go back. So I'll just close that. Then if I go to notebooks. All right, so we got the eBooks. Bookmarks on your browser. This is real easy. I'll put a little card on the screen and a link in the description. Bookmarks on your browser, really cool file extension you can use within Google Chrome. And then while you're viewing something, you just click once and it sends it. Currently, this is not working, but I've shown it in another video, so I'll link that. When it does work, it's great. So, does it do emails? Question number 11, and the answer is, well, I can't write with highlighter. The answer is no. No emails. Does it have a web browser? No, it does not. Does it have a backlight? You can find that, and no, it doesn't have a backlight. Number 14, zoom. Does it zoom fast or slow? I showed that in part 1. I'll quickly show it here. Whether you're on an ebook, just pretty much anywhere on the device, right there, the magnifying glass, zoom in. And then there's a little tool that appears in the top right. And you can zoom in to up to 500%. So you can really zoom in. And then you can still write when you're zoomed in. So here I am, ballpoint. I'll do a marker, medium tip. And you can see how big that font is at 500%. And now if I zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. There we go. So that's the little test that I did at 500%. So yes, zooming works great. I use it quite often, especially when I'm trying to do a little sketch or if I just want to see something that's in really small font. For example, that small font right there, I can zoom in, and then right here, I can move to where I want the zoom to go. So you can tell the canvas where to zoom in on. So now I'll minimize this, and that minimizes the zoom, and now it brings it back. So now I can go just a smidge over to the left, and there's that word font, and I can zoom in. So if I want to erase that, so I didn't do it quite right, so instead I want to undo, and watch this. So we'll kind of move this a little bit, and then I'll zoom in more. So just like when you're using Photoshop, you have to do really small movements. Otherwise it might go away from you. There we go. So we're going to do the eraser fine. There we go. Perfect. And then we can quickly jump back to 100. So zoom works great, and you can pinpoint and change the navigation as well. Next, number 15. How long does it take to charge? Well, I'm glad you asked this question. I did it on paper. I know I'm breaking the rules here, but I wanted a true battery charging test without using it. So at 10:36 on Sunday, I charged it at 2% and plugged it in, 10:53, 12%, put it to sleep, woke it up. It charged a little bit faster when it's in sleep mode, and then I even tried to turn it off. So while it was off between 11:35 and 12:35 over an hour, it jumped 42%. So yes, duh, it's going to charge really fast if you just shut it down like I had it in the beginning of the video. And then finally, then I just let it go back to sleep again. So from 10:36 to 13:51, I'll do some math. 3 hours and 15 minutes to fully charge, and that was down to 2%. So if you do some math, it's not that fast. So it doesn't do fast charging, but then you're good for another week. So there you go. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to fully charge, depending on how depleted the battery is. All right, next. Is it easy to share documents? And the answer is yes, it is. So right here in the bottom left, you just click on that little icon right here and send by email. And then you choose your email. So I'm going to click on mine. Then it populates in the send to area. And then you can add a message and then send. And then as soon as you click send, it goes off into the cloud and then sends. Now here's another down negativity thing. Right now, email's not working. And I sent a test email on Saturday. It is now Monday, and it still hasn't arrived. So bookmarks and emails are both broken for the reMarkable. Kind of a huge letdown, to be honest. Okay, so those are the top 16. Let's keep moving. All right, so these are from the ones that you wrote in specifically, and the other ones were kind of generic questions that I got from talking to people over the last month. Number 17, and a huge shout out to AIGNACIODC. Thank you for this question. Question 17, how is the reMarkable customer support? Well, initially it was pretty good, but as of late, I sent an email. I'll show you right here. So I sent an email on Thursday, and I still have yet to hear back from them. So take that for what it is, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, so all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's been almost 4 whole days and I still haven't heard back from reMarkable. So the customer support initially was really good, but that's a long time, almost 5 days. Now I realized it was New Year's, but still I was really hoping that I'd hear back from them today. Yeah, I guess they're still on holiday. So customer support, I'm going to have to say that has not been great so far. And hopefully they'll redeem themselves. And yeah, right now it's really poor. So glad you asked that question. Number 18, what does it finally allow me to do? And shout out to Tom for asking this question. So what it allows you to do is to get rid of all your paper clutter. And in addition to that, it organizes all the paper. So take in point this notebook. So I could go through this entire notebook and have it for probably several weeks while taking lots of notes. And it has calendars and lots of features. But here's the kicker. How do I quickly find something in this notebook without going through all the pages? Well, there's no search function. So in addition to having all of your books accessible and having the ability to quickly find things, so let's say I'm trying to find something to do with battery. So I can just type in the word battery, and there's battery. So let's try Garmin. There we go. Garmin Instinct Solar Smartwatch, sunburst color, even shows the location, 21 pages, boom. Click on that folder right there. You can't do that quickly with this. The other thing is, this is more powerful than paper. And I think that's really what it's kind of going for, is that it's a powerful tool that allows you to organize your thoughts. It's an electronic ink journal and it's an e-reader. And the best part is when you're trying to focus and learn, you can do exactly that. It's electronic paper without distractions. When you have a Kindle device or a smartphone, yeah, you have the world at your fingertips, but you also have a world of distractions as well. It's not for everyone, but neither is taking notes. I love taking notes. I've always taken lots of notes. You can ask my coworkers, they'll vouch for me. So I really think that is what it's finally arriving at, is it's giving you that ability to organize your thoughts. I hope that answers your question, Tom. So a way to organize your thoughts and allows you to dictate whatever you're thinking. You can take notes and you can read your notes, you can share your notes, you can quickly respond to PDFs, you can do annotation on PDFs, quickly share them to your coworkers, and it just gives you the ability to focus. That's what I think it finally allows you to do, where the iPad is just a world of distractions. Number 19, thanks Len for this question. How does the mobile app work? Well, I'm glad you asked. Okay, so for the mobile app, you just download it. This is the Android version. And then as soon as you download the app, it will quickly synchronize with everything that's been going on with your device. So it's going to the reMarkable cloud and updating, and you have full access to everything on your ebook. So I can go to notebooks. So we'll do a test live. So here we go. Testing cloud sync. So we wrote that right there. And that is on page 12. So now we'll go to this device, go to notebooks, and it quickly kind of redid the pages there. Top questions, page 12. Not quite there yet. What is that, 10 seconds? Oh, just had another update. "20 seconds have gone by. We'll close this to make sure it synchronizes. Now, had I waited long enough, it would have synchronized, but when you close the document, normally it quickly uploads to the cloud. And then the app updated. There we go, testing cloud sync. So depending on when you close, you'll have that information so if you wanted to quickly jot something down and then take it with you, such as a grocery list, instead of email it to yourself, you can just open up the app and you can see all of your notes right there. So that's one cool way of the app. And then also any of my ebooks that I've been making notes on, that's what it looks like. Hopefully you can see that. So it comes off in a shade of yellow. And remember how I wrote best part? It's right there. And the other question is, well, how's the app work? So right here in your menu, and then if you scroll down, there's import, and then it's going to browse to whatever files, PDFs you have. You can go to Google Drive, My Files, OneDrive, or it's also going to bring up recent files. And I have this PDF label, so I'm going to choose that. Label has been added to your library. All right. So now if we go to PDFs, I should have a label. And there it is. So here's my shipping label that I need to ship back a gadget that I was testing. So again, pretty useful. And you can do the same with an ebook. So you could download an ebook through EPUB Books. This is Old Man and the Sea that I downloaded earlier today for the demo. And this was a free book that I downloaded, and I downloaded it all through the mobile app. So there you go. Hope that answers your questions. Now we'll go back to notebooks. Okay. Number 20, shout out to Andreas. How often do they update? This is a tough question. I reached out to support and I haven't heard back yet, but so far I've had 2 updates in 48 days. So not quite once a month, about every 3 to 4 weeks so far. And that could change. I couldn't find I couldn't find a schedule on their blog or anything to give me precise info. Okay, number 21, also Andreas. Can you make a custom template with no eraser issues? I tried to get more information from you, Andreas, before I shot this video. I couldn't find out how to make a custom template. I'm wondering if you did like a root command on your reMarkable, or if you have stock reMarkable OS. Let me know, and I'm happy to address this in a future video. But as far as the templates, all the templates that I've used on this device, I haven't had any issues with the eraser. Number 22, this is from Castle Blog. Thank you. Can you create notebooks or just one sheet separately? And the answer is yes to both. So here I am in my notebook called reMarkable. And right in this notebook, in the bottom left, if I zoom in here, so here I am in the bottom left, right here, I can do more templates, or I can get an overview, and I can click a new page. So I can keep adding new sheets. You initially start with just one sheet in your notebook, and I've got up to 23 sheets. And then you can create more notebooks and more notebooks. And if you see here, underneath my files, I have quite a few notebooks that I've created. And if I go to menu, I can change this to a list view, and then you can quickly see all the notebooks that I've created. So the answer is yes, you can create a sheet in a notebook, or you can also create and add more electronic sheets within your notebooks. So here's a test notebook that I created for drafting music. And I can create a new page and just keep on adding and create more and more sheets of music and keep writing, half notes. Oh, that's a horrible one. Hold on. Whole note. And so on. Lots of notes. There you go. Endless notes, if you will. So hopefully that answers your question. And that is the end of the presentation. So from the video, thank you so much for all those people that commented and for all the people that have answered my questions. Would I buy this device again? Yes. And really, I think we need to address the really important question. I guess this would be number 23. Not a lot of people have asked me that. What is the cost? Well, I did a pre-order, so I got the whole thing for $400. So right now it's $399 just for this device. If you want the Marker Plus, that's another $100. So you're at $500. And then with shipping and taxes, and then if you want this, and yeah. So the folios, those go anywhere from $69 to $59. I'll have to look up. This was not $69. It was a lot less. Can get a little bit pricey, but it just depends on how often you're going to use it. I use it every day. One thing that I hope they do change is the ability to change where the cloud is, because right now everything's on reMarkable. I would prefer to have mine on maybe Amazon or Google Drive instead of having it on someone else's server. I'd like a little more control over that, and I would like a backlight. There's several times where I've wanted to use it in the middle of the night to write something down, and I have to turn on a lamp or something. Oh, first world problems, right? But yeah. And there was one more question. Now we're at question 24. storage. So right here in the bottom left, you can go to settings, and then you go to storage. So I've had this 48 days, and I haven't even used a gigabyte yet. So I still have almost 6 gigs left. So quite a bit. Now they do have some troubleshooting steps where you can check your sync, and I've done that as far as the email issues that I've had and the issues with bookmarks, but still, and I've restarted. I'm waiting for maybe an update, which you can check at any time. You can go to version, check for updates, and I check at least every other day to see if there's any updates. So there we have it. I hope I answered your questions. And that's the end of that. That was a lot of questions. Initially it was 17, then 18, then we ended up with 24. There's probably another 100, but we only have so much time in each video. That was a lot longer than I thought. There are chapter shortcuts down below. So if you want to just jump to the part and the question that you had, or the question that you were asking yourself, hopefully I answered it. And I'm sorry some things didn't work, but as far as bookmarks and emails, well, that's not my fault right now. I've restarted, I've checked for updates. Sometimes gadgets don't work. But the nice thing is, for the last nearly 2 months, every time I've needed to access the device itself, I haven't had any issues with it. Now, the only things that I've ever had problems with are sending emails and then also sending bookmarks. But as far as uploading data, downloading data, and inputting data with my own stylus and my brain, that's always worked. And I've never had it lock up. So thumbs up to reMarkable for doing the core functionalities and making them really solid. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would. I'm really lucky. I am getting some YouTube revenue, and that's one of the reasons I decided to keep this, is because well, thank you viewers. You helped purchase this, so I greatly appreciate that. And let me know if you have more questions. Keep those pithy comments coming. And my mantra for 2021, I'm going to still go with run farther to go further in life. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again later this week. Goodbye.